大家好，我是康 Yun. Hello everyone, I am Kang Yun, and welcome back to Demon Souls. In the last episode, we finished the game. We got the Bring More Souls ending, where you kill the Maiden in Black and become the new servant to the old one. And now we are on New Game Plus 2. So I think this episode we're going to first check if we need it. Oh,
and daughter fell victim to the demons. But I would be worthless in battle. At the very least, I hope to lend my assistance to you brave slayers of demons. I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
So used to just mashing circle. Let's see if we need anything. I don't think we really do. Maybe we'll bring a stone or two. Oh, we could drop that and pick up some arrows. We did use a bunch of those. And more spice.
Rest assured, your goods are safe and sound with me. Best of luck to you.
谢谢.
Best of luck to you.
Now we can talk to Baldwin.
You new here. Are you here for my services? The name's Baldwin. I'm just an ordinary blacksmith. It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons, or forge the ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, eh? No interest, eh? I can tell you're not going to last long here.
Now, in the original, you could roll into all this stuff and break it. And you cannot do that in this version. Which is kind of disappointing, because it was always fun to just roll in and break all their stuff. Oh, we can talk to the crestfallen warrior.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero? Hunting for demons? Try one of the archstones. Now go. That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletaria.
And that's what we'll do. I don't think there's any... Yeah, you cannot change your magic because the magician guy and the priest dude are not there until you beat Boletaria 1-1. And you cannot, even in New Game Plus, all the other archstones are locked, so you have to beat this level every time. First. It would be cool to get a summon sign. But if not, it's not a big deal. I kind of don't expect to see a sign. And remember, we are in pure black tendency here. We have Boletaria, Stonefang, and Valley in pure black, and Latria and Shrine in pure white. Now, while the difficulty does go up from New Game Plus to New Game Plus 2, in terms of I don't know why I'm picking up those enemies throughout. The difference between New Game and New Game Plus is much larger than it is between New Game Plus and New Game Plus 2. And I think it's dependent upon the area. Early game enemies will receive a larger attack and HP boost than later game enemies do in New Game Plus as compared to the first playthrough. But that percentage goes up by a smaller margin. But it does increase gradually all the way to New Game Plus 5, which would be the 6th playthrough, which is where it caps out. I remember watching a Matthew Matosis video, and I think he mistakenly made the statement that the game will continue to get harder with every new game cycle, so you can basically break the game because after you get to a certain point, the game will just crash or something because it can't get any harder. But I'm not sure about that, but I do know that in the community's testing and in my own testing, the game doesn't get any harder after the 6th playthrough. The enemies on New Game Plus 5 have the same health, drop the same souls, and do the same damage as they do on New Game Plus 6. So I'm not sure about the game crashing or anything, or there being a limit, or no limit, I should say. I don't really need fire bombs, but picking them up anyways. The Phalanx... the Phalanx, while really weak to fire, and the fire bombs are a key part of killing the Phalanx on New Game, becomes much less vulnerable to fire bombs and turpentine than in New Game Plus than he is in the first playthrough. I remember getting to New Game Plus with one of my first characters and assuming I could just go in there and use fire bombs to kill him like I did, and he was not at all and I actually died. And I was a little concerned because I wasn't sure how to tackle that boss. And I think one of the first tips I read was use the large sword of moonlight because it goes through shields and he doesn't have any magic defense. Now if we shoot him, I think the last time he just walked off to his death. And he did it again. And we shot this guy and he walked away. Yeah. That sounded really cool. The guy throwing the firebomb from... Ooh. Yeah, it's still, this is, I think, the best and definitely my favorite first level in any of the Souls games. I mean, wow, look at this. This cathedral here, we can't even get there, and look at the amount of detail they put into that. I don't think we can get there. Can you? No. Unless I'm like somehow really confused. And you can't see the behind that guillotine, those guillotines down there. Ooh, I almost rolled off. Behind those guillotines down there is where you find the Blue-Eyed Knight helm. I really wish the menu... Yeah, but the items don't spawn in from this far away. There's a cage there on the ground. Look at that. The first time I played through this level on this remake, I just was in awe. Like, and I'm still in awe of this game. It's unbelievable what they've done, and I sound like a broken record. And of course, the game has its faults. Any game does. No game is perfect. But to remake a game as beloved as Demon's Souls, and to do it in the way in which they did it, and to stay so true to the original. Yes, they changed things, but I think the things they changed for the most part, all for the better, or not. The changes weren't... What did he drop? Oh, he dropped his shield. Well, we already upgraded one of those to +10. The changes weren't enough to make it... I don't know what... It didn't change the game to give it a different feel. Like, how they handled the item burden system, I think makes sense for, you know, it's a next gen game, but while also being an 11-year-old game. And I think they found a good balance between that, staying true to the original. Some people might disagree with this. I think there's people have their gripes with it, and not everybody is gonna... I think somewhere I read that, well, I didn't read, but my friend told me that they were saying that you can tell it's a game that was made in 2009 based on the mechanics, which, yeah, that's probably true, but I think, like I'm saying, they found a great balance between... Come on. Between staying true to the original while also making it feel like a next-gen game. And a lot of that, yes, a lot of that does come with the graphics and the lighting engine and just the power and capability of the PS5. But I think for what people are saying, I don't know if necessarily and that's not necessarily even a bad thing, because to me it really just goes to show how strong a game Demon's Souls was even way back when it came out. And of course I'm gonna go do the Red-Eyed Knight and the 2 Blue-Eyed Knights. Black Phantoms. We're gonna do that. We got to. You don't go through 1-1 and not go try to kill the Red-Eyed Knight. Ooh, they got me. It's a nasty tandem, that spear guy. Whew. You jerk. You almost killed me. Now, how... Oh, I'm not wearing the Thief's Ring. Maybe I should do that. I should wear the Thief's Ring for this, so that the red-eyed one doesn't see me when this guy spawns in. Come on, friend. Not a good idea to fight in those narrow corridors. Come on out here. Fight him over here. Come over here, man. Now I want a fair fight. We'll have a fair fight, will we? None of that shield bashing. Would you stop that? Would you stop that, please? He just wants to bash my shield. He'll do that if you're continuously blocking, obviously, which is what his AI wants him to do when you do that. Whew. I was trying to backstab him. That attack is very nice that it knocks him down. The thing is, you don't want to just... No, you don't. Don't you heal on me. Don't you grass on me. Okay, now we'll get the red-eyed one and the other blue-eyed one. Well, we'll try. Let's use some arrows on this guy. Maybe I should have used poison arrows. No, he's just as hard, even though he's not a black phantom. Probably will have a little less HP, but he'll kill me just the same. Come on. That charge attack that hits like 3 times is so nasty. Oh yeah, way less HP. Way less HP than that red-eyed one. Or that blue-eyed black phantom. Blue-eyed, red-eyed, black phantom, red phantom. Now, if I had more stamina, I could catch him in an almost infinite lock of just knocking him down. Oh, I don't mean to open the door. All that for some half moon. And a nameless hero's soul. Alright. That taken care of. We only had to cast second chance 3 times. We can go down and get a Strava, or talk to a Strava. But before we do that, I like to go over here and take out some of these guys first. Come on. Maybe I'll take off the thief's ring. Does this guy still not see me? Come on. That was a very weak sound on that firebomb. Very strange. Like the audio was a little bit off. See, that's one of the things I'm talking about with where they can improve things. I mean, the game is still pretty new. It's only been out for just over a month. Come over here. Take out these axe guys. Let me take... I'm gonna cast God's Wrath here. These guys are quite weak to magic. God's Wrath is going to be useful coming up because there's a few enemies, or a few areas where there's a group of enemies, but actually let's go do that before I free Ostrava, or we'll save him, I should say. To do that, we'll want to come up here. Take out this archer there, and then go up the stairs. There's another blue-eyed knight. And that rolling R1 is this axe's fastest attack. And we're just gonna send him off. Dropped a flying knife and some late moon grass. And we're gonna use a bow on these draglings. Man. Having a hard time leading those arrows. Oh, here he comes. Hello. I don't know why I'm using a bow on just one of them. Now here is where I want to cast God's Wrath. What hit me? Oh, that archer over there. Did it? Yeah, that archer. That'd take them all out. Yeah, that would have been a pain with Ostrava, because if he is there, I would hit him, and I don't want him to aggro. I don't think that would aggro him, but I just want to be safe. So we're kind of doing this in reverse. You'd usually free him and then go through here while he's walking around. You can hear one of those blue-eyed knights breathing over here. There he is. This guy's got a claymore. So this is the first knight you encounter with a claymore. And he's pretty tough. He has less health than the ones with the sword and shield, but he hits harder, obviously. Now this guy, if you believe it or not, these axe soldiers, the axe-wielding soldiers, can actually drop the great axe, and they can also drop the guillotine axe, which is strange because the guillotine axe is a weapon that Meralda wields, and usually she's the only... Yeah, there's another one. I knew it. Okay, that's all those guys. And over here we can get a scimitar. I can't even pick up one unit. What do we have on us? Don't need this extra mail breaker. Oh, I sent the wrong mail breaker back. Well, we're not really gonna be stabbing anybody in the back with that, so not in this level. It's not needed. What do we have? Oh, we picked up all this half moon. We didn't pick up that bastard sword. I guess I could go get that. In case I want to upgrade it. So now we're gonna go back up there. and free him, and then we don't have to bother about going through here anymore because we've already cleared this out. And yeah, like I said, you don't have to do it this way. This is just and I don't actually do it like this that often. A lot of times I'll just come through here, kill a few of these guys, and then go over there. We don't have anything, but the merchant is in here. We don't have anything we need to buy.
Good day to you. Care to look over my wares? Mostly stolen, but who's telling, eh?
He sells the plate armor, which is the armor that I believe it's the warrior or the soldier starts with. He sells wooden bolts, a slave shield, a soldier's shield, a wooden shield, a light crossbow, a short spear, a club, a long sword, soldier's lotus, fire bombs, half moon, and crescent moon. Yeah, so nothing really I need.
Go ahead. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
And like all the merchants in each level, as you progress through the level, he will reappear in other parts of the level and start selling more equipment. The only merchant I am aware of that doesn't relocate is the Once Royal Mistress, and we are going the wrong way. The Once Royal Mistress just stays in her cell in Latria and never relocates. There's no merchant in 3.2, which I think is a cool touch, because where would she go in 3.2? There's no, you know. She says that they can't get back up above. Now, if you come here, this is where you'll likely get the Thieves' Ring for the first time, unless you somehow miss it. But you can get it in 5.2, which is quite a ways away, or if Patches somehow dies or you kill him, he drops a Thieves' Ring. So you have two other ways of getting this, but the game gives you two of the best rings right in the first level, the Cling Ring and the Thieves' Ring, which you'll find yourself using a lot. But I would recommend, if you want a challenge, an arbitrary challenge, to play the game without those rings, or without the Thieves' Ring anyways. So, we can talk to Ostrava here.
That was a bold leap. A surprise indeed. Well, now that you are here, pray thee, fend off these dreglings. That was a bold leap. A surprise indeed. Well, now that you are here, pray thee, fend off these dreglings.
His line comes across as corny as ever. And yeah, you don't want to just jump down there. See, this is my biggest complaint about with the bows in this game. I love the bows and how they work and how they feel, how dynamic they are. But like, I was locked onto him, right above him, and somehow I was missing him. Like, I don't see how... I don't see how I was missing. Up there, there's one more. And then he'll jump down. And he'll just wait here, and he'll give you the brass telescope, which I already have.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletaria. Accept this as a token of my gratitude.
And now he'll wander around this level. He'll sort of make his rounds, and this is where we just were. But I already took out all the enemies. Now, if they're here, the enemies will aggro him and attack him, and he will fight, but he's not a great fighter. He does have a lot of health, and he doesn't typically die. but his AI is programmed in such a way that he tends to be more passive and doesn't dish out a lot of attacks. He does deal magic damage with that sword.
Now I take my leave. There is something I must do.
And he'll just keep going back and forth. But so we're basically done with that. And we can progress to the next part. Up these stairs. Over here. And up these stairs. And through this fog wall. You've seen me do this level when I was looking for the Blue-Eyed Knight helm, so this probably isn't anything new to see, but we want a spear here because these crossbow guys all survived, and we should be able to just poke them. Interesting that some of them died, but some of them did not. Maybe it was how they were positioned. These guys you gotta be really careful with. Spear guys are nasty. Okay, that's the best time to attack them, is when they bounce off your shield. But you gotta be quick about it. Now, if you go out here, remember I had already killed the dragons when I came out here, but if you come out here and you don't have pure white tendency, which if you first start the game, you will not. You will have neutral tendency. These two dragons will be here. Both of those dragons, the blue one is the one that you can kill in 1-4, and the red one you can kill in 1-2. You cannot kill them here. You can, I think if you shoot them and they take enough damage, they'll just fly away so you cannot actually finish them off because the game needs them to be there in those later levels. You can walk under here and he'll breathe fire, but you won't actually be able to hit you. And it's cool that, at least in the remake, it's very clear that, okay, there's the path where he blows fire, and he's overlooking it, so it makes a lot more sense. I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like you could see that in the original, but my memory isn't the best. And you can actually go and get those items while the dragons are here. It involves getting the red dragon to fly and breathe fire on the bridge, and while he's doing it, you have to be very quick about it, and you can go and pick up these items. I'll try to demonstrate it. I'm not going to get them all because the most important item that you probably want there is the Ring of Great Strength, and it is like right directly below where the blue dragon's tail is, and if you stand there, he will slam his tail down and it will one-shot me. I love his weapon, how it just flew up in the air. So now if you stand here, that dragon will come and you need to stand here long enough for him. Because if you run away now, he'll fly away. But if you get him in a cycle where he breathes fire, you can get over here before he makes his way back, and you can loot a bunch of these items. And he's coming back now, so I want to get out of there. Now the only guys here are the crossbow guys. So we'll try this again and try to get more of the items. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't have to. I don't need any of these items, but I just kind of want to demonstrate that it's possible to get them. See now, yeah, see, I got them all. I had to kind of configure the menu to send that ring back to my storage because I couldn't pick it up. But that was the ring of great strength. You probably saw it. But yes, it is possible to get all those items without getting killed and without, or while the dragons are both still there. We'll just take this, and now we can run across the bridge without those guys stopping us, and we can get across before the dragon comes. Now he won't breathe fire here, which is why those archers survived. And you're safe to stand there, obviously. And coming up over here, you'll open the main gate, which is what you first encounter when you enter Boletaria. It's kind of cool. It's like a metaphor for the game itself. Like the first level is a giant gate that's not open that you can't enter, and you're forced to find a different way around. So the gate open, the boss thinks you're there and throws its weapon at you, and unarms itself basically by doing that. And we want the we'll do the large sword of moonlight here. Come on. There's 2 more spear guys here. On New Game Plus, this is where I died. If you come around this other way, you can get some turpentine. I don't think in the original you could roll through those. I can't even pick up 0.8. I am like at my max. We'll roll with the large sword of moonlight. And we're gonna actually use this sword on the boss because, like I said at the beginning, using the using this sword is very helpful on New Game Plus because he's no longer very weak to fire. Come on. They have just enough health. Can I one-shot him with two? Yeah, if I two-handed, I can one-shot him. But because these things have... What is it that's so heavy? All this grass. Yeah, I don't need these things. And then he gave me another one of those. Oh no. I was very afraid I was going to die there. I think that hoplite dropped something. I'll just go back up and grab it. We'll try the moonlight, the large sword of moonlight, but the axe might actually be, yeah, he dropped some sharp stone shards. The axe might be actually stronger. It does do magic damage. I'm just gonna check for blue summon signs just in case. I don't think I'll find any, but oh, I did say I wanted to pick up the bastard sword. No. No summon signs. Ooh, we actually got invaded. Wow. I don't know where the invader spawns. There he is. What does he got? Looks like a scimitar. Got him with a unlocked R2. Good game. He didn't even swing. I mean, if he would have swung and I would have swung at the same time, I would have traded and he wouldn't be able to interrupt me. So I guess fair enough. I want to go this way for the bastard sword. I don't know why I'm going this way to go pick this up, but hey, by me pausing like that, we were able to get an invader, which was cool. No blue signs, but an invader. I wonder what level that guy was. He had to have been at least level 40. We two-shot him though. rolling R1, and then the I figured he was gonna go behind for try to backstab me, so and when I rolled, I also assumed he was going to think I was going to do another rolling R1, and so instead I rolled and then hit R2, which I think may have caught him off guard. And I unlocked and went behind me, which is where he wanted to go, was behind me. Ooh, almost walked off that. Okay, we'll try the large sword of moonlight for this fight, because I was talking about how useful it is. We'll see how this goes. Oh, God's Wrath will be useful too. I forgot about that. If we can cast it though. Yeah, look at how many you can kill with this thing. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Now, with all of them dead, the boss cannot do anything. I don't know if there's any others in the that didn't. If there are others, and you don't kill them all, he will spawn more, and they will start regenerating his HP, or its, hers, his. But yeah, he can't do anything to you at this point. He's just a defenseless boss. $111 per swing. I feel like the axe will do more. The reason why that moonlight sword, the large sword of moonlight, is so good is because it goes right through their shields. Yeah, this is definitely gonna do more. And we'll put on the Ring of Avarice, see how much we get for New Game +2, Pure Black, 12,230. Not much, but it is only the first boss. And for that we get the Lead Demon's Soul. And we'll get a cutscene here.
Welcome back. The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
So I gotta say right now, the first time I beat that level and saw that cutscene, I was not paying attention as to what the camera was showing, and I did not realize that I had to go up there where the camera was showing. I thought it was just because in the beginning of the game, when you first spawn on the Nexus, the camera pans way up, so I just thought like, oh, it's just showing me more of this area, and I didn't really put two and two together, which I think is reasonable, but I ran around because you talked to her.
The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
So I ran around, and she said the monumental waits me above. I ran around all over, and I couldn't find the monumental. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I ran up here. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what I all did, but I ran all over, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? So finally, I think I like looked up where the monumental was or something, and he is kind of hidden, but if you are paying attention, you can see, let's see, 649 deaths after 2 playthroughs, 91 demons killed, 14 black phantoms slayed, and 2 phantoms rescued. I think that black phantom I just killed must have counted towards that then. That's invaders. I don't think it counts for NPCs. But you have to, yeah, I kept running up here, like way up there, and because it's very easy to miss this part here, and when you come out here, you don't necessarily see, but it's the monumental is the only one with the candle lit in front of him. And down here we'll get a stone of ephemeral eyes. And there's another stone of ephemeral eyes at the top. I'm running low on time, so we'll start the next episode out with the cutscene from the monumental. I just want to run up here. You can go into the Pantheon. This Pantheon displays a bunch of stuff from online play, like players who have beaten the game. The most recent. This is my own, or not my own. This is my own most recent stats when I completed the game. If you come over here, I think the one on the other side is the most recent playthrough. These are all like most phantoms saved, most phantoms killed, most souls obtained. It's a lot of cheaters in here, so I never really paid too much of attention to the Pantheon. I just kind of came up here to look at my own stats and players who beat the game recently. But we're going to leave it at that for this episode, guys. We did 1-1. We unlocked the Archstones. Well, we didn't quite do that. We have to talk to the Monumental first, but we'll do that starting at the next episode. Hope you enjoyed this beginning of New Game Plus 2. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Umbasa.